So I'm trying to just deal with my emotions. I'm trying to feel whatever I'm feeling and not be too hard on myself about that. And I promise I eat everything that I post and I eat more than that. I'm a huge foodie. It's impossible to just be happy all the time.
How have you been, holding up? Because, nobody really predicted this second wave of COVID and, everything got really worse. So, how did you cope up? And tell us something about that.
So I think I cope with it differently on different days. I think everyone's going through an extremely overwhelming time. Everyone's dealing with it differently. So I too have my days. I'm very blessed. I'm very fortunate and lucky to be living with my parents. And touch wood, everyone in my family is healthy and okay. But I have my days when things get overwhelming, when you hear sad news, when you want to do so much to help people and you don't know what exactly to do. So I'm trying to just deal with my emotions. I'm trying to feel whatever I'm feeling and not be too hard on myself about that.
Right. So, Ananya, it's only been like nearly 2 years, and you have worked with several top directors and actors. And what has been your biggest learning, Ananya? From working with all these mega directors, such big superstars. So, what is your biggest learning from this experience of yours?
I think my biggest learning is actually learning. I want to learn as much. I feel like I am fortunate enough to come across such diverse people who've worked in the industry for so many years and have done such different, such strong work that I just have the opportunity to just sit there and listen when they're talking and to observe them either behind the camera or in front of the camera. And I think that's a huge privilege. So I just try to learn as much as I can. I try to soak up whatever I see on set, whatever I hear on set, and kind of try to make it my own and imbibe it, in my own work. Yeah.
And seeing stardom and fame at such an early age can also be daunting sometimes, right? So also especially in an industry like this where actors are constantly put under a lot of unnecessary scrutiny. So how do you sort of deal with that, and does it something that overwhelms you?
Yeah, I think it does overwhelm me sometimes, and sometimes I feel like I deal with it well. But I think it's normal to have your days. I think nobody's perfect, and it's impossible to just be happy all the time. That's such a myth that people see me smiling on social media all the time, but I have my days. I have my days where things get overwhelming, and it's scary sometimes to deal with things. But I think the overriding feeling is just great gratitude to be here and to be able to do something that I love so much. I feel like that overcompensates for everything. And originals keep moving. You have to keep moving, whatever happens.
So who is your go-to person, like for any kind of advice when you want to take? Who's your go-to person? Is your mom, your dad? Who's that?
I go to different people for different things. If I want to laugh, if I want some sort of like experience related advice, then I go to my dad. If I need help for literally anything, I go to my mom. Like if I'm like, should I eat this cookie? I ask my mom anything. Like it's really just, it's like I'm talking to myself, I just need an answer. And then I have my friends also. I'm surrounded by a great group of friends. And if I just need some like silly boy advice or what should I wear, then I ask my friends. So I have different people for everything.
Right. Like you talk about, your friends. I mean, I must tell you that, you have been friends with all your contemporaries. There's just friend. You guys share a great bond, and that can, really see from the kind of pictures that you guys post, and you guys also, party along, and we don't really get to see that, contemporaries being such great friends. And it's just not about women being good, women actors being good friends, but in general, Ananya. So you, whether it's you, Janhvi, Sara, I mean, you guys share such great bonds. What is the secret behind this camaraderie, and is not all any kind of competitive feeling, nothing as such?
No, I think everyone is extremely competitive, but it's all about healthy competition. If you're competitive, it doesn't mean you have to bring someone else down. So I think the secret is everyone's just comfortable in their own skin. I think everyone knows that they bring something new to the table, something different to the table. So everyone's very comfortable in their zones. There's work for everyone. Everyone's doing well. And yeah, I like rooting for other women. I like rooting for all my contemporaries, older women, younger women. Like, it's all about empowering each other.
Right, right. The other thing that I wanted to ask, Ananya, during the lockdown, when, theaters were shut, a lot of people, binged watched, so many, web series. Yeah, exactly. And, there's so many, actors from Bollywood also who are venturing into OTT. Is that something that interests you, or you want to, venture in the future? Because we have seen many top actresses from Bollywood doing, web series. Because, in Hollywood, we see Reese Witherspoon, Nicole Kidman, Kate Winslet doing, so many popular web series, but no one from Bollywood per se, like, from female actresses have really done any web series. So is that something that interests you, Ananya? You want to
100%, 100%. As you said, there are so many different kinds of stories to tell. I'm definitely a binge watcher, and I love watching series. I love The Family Man. I watched the show, The Mayor of Easttown as well, which I thought was brilliant, So I think there's just so many different kinds of stories to tell. And I think I'm pretty platform agnostic. I'm not stuck to just doing a certain kind of work. I just want to tell good stories. And I think even in general, that's changing a lot. I feel like now the audiences will get to see a lot of their favorite actors, even on OTT. I think it's changing a lot.
Right. Also, Liger is releasing soon, and are you hopeful that the film would, release in theaters very soon, now that the, COVID-19 second wave is dying down? So,
I mean, I hope so. I feel like Liger is the kind of film that you have to watch on the big screen.
Yeah.
It's an out and out masala film. So we all hope that it will come out on the big screen. But I think right now the most important thing is the safety of people. We obviously want people to have a good time while watching the film, but we also want people to be safe. So I think Liger will make the right decision at the right time. Yeah.
So, just the last question. Tell us about, your experience working on Liger and, working with Karan and Jen. And, Liger is going to be such a huge pan-Indian movie, and it's your first pan-India project. So, tell us about your experience.
My experience has been just extremely fun. I think, the nerves you get when you're debuting into one industry. Now I'm debuting into 4 industries at one time. Yeah. So I'm definitely nervous. I have those butterflies in my stomach, but I think that's a good thing, I always kind of want to be on my toes. I don't want to get too complacent about anything. So it's just been a lot of fun. They really know exactly what their audiences want. It's always about having a good time, telling the story in the largest way possible. So it's been a really fun experience. And I think you can see that in the movie. Once you watch it, I'm sure you guys will have a lot of fun.
Right. Thank you so much, Ananya. It was lovely speaking to you.